And welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in Factorio, where in theory we just got Leba running. So I'm recognizing a problem I will have in the future with what we've got set up. So let's fix that now. And the problem was I did not tell you to grab spoilage, right? Yeah. So now I think we just need to get the labs set up, and then we can try to jumpstart the process. So as we get the bots set up as well. Yep, that's just gonna need some power. And so as we drop the bots in here. Okay, we're gonna need a lot more belts. And probably those tensors. Okay, I think what we're going to do is we're going to do a double loop of sushi belt around here. Probably want to go one higher than that, like there. Okay. Then around that goes. I mean, the water isn't getting too much in the way. Yeah, we need more gold. We can have to go pick up more iron. Another stack of 2 iron, stacks of copper. We're gonna need 10 of the large and like a bunch of power balls. And then a bunch of transport belt. No, I don't need to grab the inserters because we got a pile of them here. That will work. Okay. Then obviously going to need some inserters for the out one, which will be the local type. should swap position on those two so we don't get in the way of the plumbing. I have just realized that we did go ahead and unload pretty much the one type we don't need. Well, one type I don't need yet. Clearly, Fermatic went off the belt. I suppose out priority, right? Spoil. That one can actually spoil. Maybe in hindsight this isn't the best idea. Wanted to simplify it by putting it all in one belt, but in hindsight that's not going to work because we're going to saturate the sushi belt. Yeah. Never mind. Take those inserters up. I can do this a little different way if I use... What I think I'll do is I'll use a combination of train cars. That'll work. Okay, bots, for the moment, please pack all that up. Don't have a buffer chest. That's something we forgot to build. Storage chest. Grab some steel. Got steel plastic. Steel plastic. Build me one that's storage chest. Yes, this will take a long time. So I'm going to do the train cart method. We need a cargo wagon, we'll need some stone to make some rail. Okay, how much does the train car take up? That much? Okay. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, now I just need to run the belt around. Should work, basically do the exact same thing as we did before. But this time it will... actually work most of the time. And I think it also needs less built in practice, because we're not sushi building the shipped-in stuff. Okay, that's in. Grab all the science, shove it in the train car. Oh, we have a power grid issue, that's why. Train car just positioned so it doesn't quite work where I want it to work. Yeah, okay. It's easy to fix. Just move those two and plop them up further up. Going right apart. Let's shove some stuff in the grid to burn. Get some stuff running again. Okay. Trying to keep this grid running. By, in this case, burning spoilage. That's a little bit of nighttime power. Okay, so we'll have to manually throw that in. Should be at the point where we try crafting out a pentabolic egg and trying to build some science. And there's the scrapper. We only need the scrapper for the moment. Take the best rest of the biolabs for the moment. We only need one egg out of biolab. Toss one in, see what we get out. And we got lucky in the first one. Okay, then 2 eggs that way. Put one back in. The other one in the lab here, which then gets turned into a science. And out to the labs it goes. Okay, a little tedious, but functional. Give the stuff to build steam turbines, yes. The exchangers, maybe some more pipe. Some more pipe. Move this a little closer to the base. We'll leave that portion set up for the moment, so I can provide power while the steam burns out. In theory, we should now be getting some science. Why is the advanced asteroid brought? Because it requires space science. One I did not ship. Okay. Work with that. Bob Fizzle, can you receive 2 shipments of space science? Planes on the planet? What are we waiting for shipment-wise? Still shipping it out. Okay, so we need the metal shipped up and then it can ship up after the metal. Okay. Oh, that's not going to be an easy thing to make. It might be easier to make by hand. Well, we're going to keep the science here is fairly safe to keep making, so we'll just keep making it. I suppose we'll slide it there, that should work. Okay, and then boiler. There's just other junk in there, so that accumulates. Any other club in science does not require... Well, no, if we did, then we'd be short on everything else. We're ready for the science, space science drive. Okay, working on the first delivery. So there's no good way, I think, to put that up on Marcus 4 for tracking. So got steam, so we're not going to do some of that yet. I do want to get this one steamed up. But then there comes the question of what you steam it up with. At the moment, we're going to turn this off. Power, which makes... Well, once it gets warm, it'll make power. Takes quite a bit of heat to get it warm. Egg in there, egg in there. Shipping up the ball puzzle. Not done yet. I suppose we don't want the electromagnetic. Should we prep that for shipping off planet? And then the only thing I need to bring in is the processing unit back off planet again. If that's the case, we should, before we leave Novice, drop this to Novice. Yeah, because assuming we can convert bioflux to nutrients, we have plenty of nutrients. And I'd like to stop inserting the half-quality nutrients in the system if possible. And that's now generating power, apparently generating enough to keep it running during the night. So if we can keep everything running well enough, it will slowly, hopefully, clear a lot of the spoilage in the system. What did I do to break the water? I did something that broke the water at some point. That got broken. Okay, what broke that? Vessel receiving the second shipment now, that's good to see. And yeah, I think the science doesn't spoil that quickly. Yeah, the science doesn't spoil that quickly. It does spoil pretty quickly, but it's not super quick. At least it doesn't seem like the quality of nutrients affects the quality of the egg produced. May affect the quality of the science. Now goes the loading. So waiting for it to arrive on Novice at the space station. Oh, no. Well, yes, but waiting for it to arrive at the space station, as in it's been launched and it's arriving. Yes. Okay, how goes the bulb fizzles? Yeah, we'll wait until the iron comes up, and then we'll ship it out here. And then as soon as it arrives and drops that off, we'll send it back again. Okay, well at least we're always throwing some fuel in there, so we're always raising the temperature a little bit. So in theory we have steam power for the nighttime. You've received your iron yet? Nope. On way. Like, literally on way? Almost. There it goes, you're seeing its iron. That, come to Gleba, please. So you can drop off your 2,000 stacks of space science. Sixth of the way there. Try to get it to pick up a little bit more fresh Bioflux. So we can potentially get some fresher nutrients coming out. You here yet? No, halfway. And it's running. Starting to see more and more of the Glebin science stack up, so that's good to see. Don't have to worry as much about the Glebin science as I do about the pentapod eggs, so that's why I'm just turning the surplus pentapod eggs into science at the moment. Because even though the science expires, that's a shame, but it's better than random monsters in the middle of the base when I have no bullets. Okay. Skip that overboard, and I screwed up. I only sent one down. That'll be one will be enough to start. There goes landing. And as soon as the cooldown is done, it will shift the other one. There goes the science. Running like... well, probably not running 8 science a second. Running some science a second. Oh, no, we're going faster than I was thinking it was. Currently doing like 20 science a minute, 22-ish. Granted, it's 2,000 science, so that means 1,000 minutes? No, 100 minutes. So almost 2 hours. Gonna make this a little bit back-breaking. This is something that if you had more forethought, you could probably automate. Because so one of the inserters only works if you have more than a certain number in the chest, and otherwise it works the other one sort of thing to manage it. It sounds good in my mind, but how well that works in real life, I don't know. Another thing you can do is... I think these can take productivity modules. You can shove productivity modules in here to minimize the amount you have to actually use. And then like shove quality modules in here. Maximize the value of each one. You're in orbit. We don't need you in orbit. Stop being in orbit and go back to Novice. So yes, this is tedious, this is not optimal for a long-term solution to Glebin science, but you know, in the short run, when all we want is advanced asteroid processing, this will work. sometimes the solution you need is not the best solution, but the solution that works. Advanced asteroid processing is the one that's going to give us calcite in space, from space. Fluger is having network issues. Not going to fix that right now. So, probably the end of this part, and all of the next part is going to be hand-feeding this setup to make the pentapog eggs. To feed the Glebin science. To feed the advanced asteroid processing. Oh, I shipped military science and we didn't need military science. Okay. I suppose we didn't need the military science. We can put that away. Oh, that doesn't work. Well, that'll work. Then, gotta get something a little bit more complicated to get it to feed. Right. Right, this is far, far more dangerous, because I need to keep the pentapogs under control. But it is far less micro at feeding the agricultural science back this way. Let's change where the eggs buffer. Well, hopefully that does not blow up in my face. Meantime, you have arrived at Novice. Requesting your medal, if you can, and you might not be able to. Go ahead and request a stack of quality, stack of efficiency 1s. Just those two, actually. Be a while before those get shipped, but once those get shipped, we'll start to be able to attempt a little bit more fuel efficiency for various steps. I suppose what I can do is, we know we got a potentially high trouble spot. Let's prepare for trouble in the only way that makes sense, with excessive firepower, please. Hopefully excessive firepower. Doesn't inherit the load requests. Okay. Give them 10 mags each. That should be enough to kill a small stack of pentapods if they pop up. Yeah, otherwise this does appear to be running perfectly fine, no real problems. Enough heat to keep the steam going. What happened to you? I don't know. Something happened to it. Oh wait, let's not make a repair pack even if it didn't have any. Oh, we had a bunch. Of course we had a bunch. Yeah, this is probably a good place to go ahead and put a part break in. So if you're watching on YouTube, there will be another part up tomorrow. Then the part up tomorrow might be us just watching the advanced asteroid processing slowly work through its magic. But if that's the case, then that's the case. We do have an ETA on the current speed that'll be done in 2 hours. Yeah, hopefully that'll go a little bit faster. There's a couple tricks I'm going to do to try to speed it up, but we'll see if those tricks work. So, yep, I hope you've been enjoying. In the next episode, we'll try to speed that up a little bit with the use of productivity and efficiency modules and stuff. Oh, I should have been... Yeah, before I forget, let's actually tell Bob Fizzle, please pick up some productivity modules. We do want some productivity modules. I think we have productivity 2 available. It's about to ship the quality 2s up, and once it ships up the productivity 2s. Once those are all shipped, we'll ship these over here. So efficiency modules in these make them consume nutrients slower. Quality modules on science packs obviously make better. Science packs doesn't really matter. Well, basically makes each pack worth more. And then productivity also works in the science labs, I believe. Yeah, speed, efficiency, productivity. So you can't run quality on those. So we'll run the quality here. We'll run the productivity here. We'll run the efficiency pretty much in everything else. Yep, that's what we'll probably do in the next one. So if you're watching YouTube, I hope you've been enjoying it. We'll see if we can inspire this to be done in a part and not the 3 that it's currently estimating. I'd like to not have the entire stream be us working on advanced asteroid processing. We'll see if I can get that to be the case. So with that being the case, I wish you all the best of luck and a good time, and catch you all in the next part, and bye for now.